When fashion brands start building skyscrapers, you know luxury has left the runway and entered the skyline. The same names behind couture gowns and designer handbags are now creating five-star hotels and multi-million-dollar homes. From Versace's palaces to Armani's minimalist towers and Margiela's surreal residences, fashion is no longer just something you wear. It's something you live inside. In this video, we'll explore how this bold crossover began, why it's reshaping global real estate, and what makes buyers pay millions just to live inside a brand's world. Trust me, by the end, you'll see architecture and fashion in a completely new way. Before we strut into the next skyline, slip into style by subscribing for more architecture that defines modern luxury. But before that, let's talk about how this takeover began. Because fashion didn't just stumble into real estate, it's been building up for decades. Back in the 1990s, luxury brands were already wondering how to turn their image into something people could live inside. Gianni Versace was the first to take this bold step. Although he was tragically murdered in 1997, his vision lived on. 3 years later, in 2000, Palazzo Versace opened on Australia's Gold Coast. It was a $200 million project, dripping with gold mosaics, marble columns, and 500 custom-designed rooms. You could say it was Versace's universe brought to life. All Medusa motifs and Italian grandeur. Every tile, curtain, and spoon reflected the house's identity. Guests felt like they were stepping into a fantasy that had once existed only on the runway. Then came Renzo Rosso, the rebellious mind behind Diesel. A decade earlier, he had already opened the Pelican Hotel in Miami Beach, way back in 1990. Each room was themed, from psychedelic to submarine. It was eccentric, bold, and quite offbeat, just like Diesel. Critics didn't know what to make of it, but the fashion world did. Rosso had proved that a brand could have an architectural voice too. By the 2000s, others started following them. Giorgio Armani joined in with Armani Casa, launching in 2000 as a homeware brand and evolving into real estate by 2010. He called it the idea of living. Armani hotels opened in Dubai's Burj Khalifa and later in Milan. These places offer a calm, minimalist escape from the chaos outside. And guess what? The formula worked. Buyers didn't just want quality furniture or a logo. They wanted the lifestyle, and they were willing to pay for it. According to Knight Frank's 2024 Global Branded Residences Report, branded properties, like those by Armani, Bulgari, and Fendi, now sell for an average of 30% more than comparable unbranded homes. In Miami alone, developers estimate over 20 new branded towers under construction, many linked to fashion labels. Dubai, as always, took it further. It now has over 40 branded residential projects. It is planning to increase this number to 140 by 2031. So why are these brands doing it? It's all for diversification and dominance. Real estate gives fashion houses a long-term investment, not just a seasonal product line. Instead of selling a dress for $5,000, they are selling a penthouse for $5 million, and people are buying it faster than ever. It's not just about money though. These buildings act as monuments of identity. Each building has a unique style. Take Versace as an example, the House of Glamour. Its buildings are a full visual feast with gold detailing, marble floors, mosaic patterns, and yes, the iconic Medusa head showing up everywhere from doors to pool tiles. The new Palazzo Versace Macau feels like walking inside a piece of Italian theatre. Then there is Armani, the total opposite. His world is calm, muted, and deeply intentional. The Armani Hotel Dubai and Armani Beach Residences reflect the designer's obsession with balance. There are beige tones, dim lighting, and sleek lines that make everything feel quietly expensive. Armani's longtime collaboration with legendary architect Tadao Ando shows that fashion and architecture can blend without losing identity. Bulgari, on the other hand, tells its story through craftsmanship, partnering with Milan's Antonio Citerio Patricia Viel. The brand uses fine marble, bronze, and natural textures to give its hotels and residences a tactile richness. Every Bulgari space feels hand-finished, like a piece of jewelry, scaled up to building size. And then comes Missoni. Missoni Baia in Miami and Missoni Sky in Toronto turn their famous zigzag patterns into entire facades. The buildings celebrate color and rhythm. They prove that luxury doesn't always mean quiet minimalism. But what does it really feel like to live inside a fashion brand? Let's look inside. Let's start with Karl Lagerfeld. Before his death, he was secretly working on his dream project, the Karl Lagerfeld Hotel in Macau. It finally opened in 2021, and it's exactly what you would expect from the man who spent decades redefining luxury. The entire place is a visual statement. It is a blend of East and West, full of mirrors, patterns, and Art Deco detailing. There is a 360 square meter library, key patterned walls, and even a grand fountain centerpiece. Every corner feels personal, like Karl designed it just for himself. You can almost hear his voice in the design. Now let's move to Miami, where fashion has practically taken over the coastline. Fendi Chateau Residences in Surfside was one of the first to land there. There are 58 units stretched across 12 floors of Italian craftsmanship, private beachfront, infinity pools, a theatre, a library, and Fendi Casa furnishings in every room. The price tag is between $5 and $25 million per unit. And yes, they sold out. This is the kind of place where even the door handles have a design story. Do not call such places just a hotel. It is a lifestyle laboratory, made for people who want to live in luxury. A few blocks down, Dolce & Gabbana is building 888 Brickell, a 90-story tower wrapped in gold, velvet, and Murano glass chandeliers. It's expected to become one of the tallest residential buildings in Miami when finished. The interiors have full Dolce & Gabbana Casa designs with animal prints, glossy marble, deep reds, and gold trim everywhere. Critics say it's too much. Buyers say it's perfect. And the crazy thing is that they are already expanding. The brand's next project, Design Hills Marbella in Spain, will feature 92 residences overlooking the Mediterranean. Each residence will be filled with custom furniture, designed in Milan. It's like they want to turn the world into one long runway. Meanwhile, in Dubai, Maison Margiela residences are set to redefine minimal luxury when they open later this decade. Then there is Diesel Wynwood Residences, also in Miami, which breaks all the rules. Forget marble and gold. This one is bold, industrial, and quite raw. The building has 129 loft-style apartments with exposed concrete, metal finishes, and street art-inspired interiors. Prices range from $450,000 to $7 million, making it accessible to a new wave of younger, creative buyers. Diesel doesn't want polished luxury. It wants energy, movement, and personality. And the building captures exactly that. These projects are not just real estate. They are brand worlds. The experience is what makes people pay more, and they really do pay more. The psychology behind it is that buyers don't just want a home. They want a story. They want to say, I live in a Versace building, or my apartment was designed by Armani. It's instant prestige. And this is just the beginning. Over 700 branded residential projects are active around the world. with nearly the same number set to launch by 2030. What started with hotels has turned into a global industry worth billions. And this crossover is not just happening in fashion. Luxury car brands have also parked themselves in the real estate game. Porsche Design Tower in Miami was one of the first. It's a 60-story glass tower with a car elevator that lets residents park their supercars right next to their living room. Bentley Residences, also in Miami, took that idea and made it even grander. They have built 63 floors, ocean views, private pools, and garages in the sky. Then came Aston Martin Residences, with 391 waterfront homes, designed to reflect the brand's sleek British craftsmanship. Even Mercedes-Benz joined in with Mercedes-Benz Places in Miami. It's clear, design brands are no longer sticking to one product. Whether it's a car, a gown, or a skyscraper, what they are really selling now is identity. And fashion is far from done. The next frontier is personalization and sustainability. Brands are beginning to merge digital technology with physical design. Imagine walking into a Margiela apartment, where lighting, scent, and sound adapt to your mood, powered by AI. That is not some random idea. It is already being prototyped by firms in Dubai and Milan. Luxury developers are also experimenting with carbon-neutral materials, recycled textiles, and 3D printed decor inspired by couture stitching. Another shift is cultural. Fashion brands are turning architecture into storytelling. Instead of one tower per city, they are creating entire branded districts, unified under one aesthetic. And right now, investors are watching closely. At this rate, the branded real estate sector could surpass $100 billion or more by 2030. It's because fashion is expected to drive the fastest growth. The reason is that our world is saturated with products, and exclusivity now lives in experience. From Versace's golden palaces to Armani's minimalist towers, it's clear that fashion is no longer content to stay on the runway. It's reshaping entire skylines. Personally, I think it's a fascinating evolution. When done right, these projects turn architecture into an experience. But if every brand starts doing it, we might lose some of that exclusivity that makes them special. What do you think? Should fashion houses keep expanding into architecture? Or is it better left to designers and builders? And if you enjoyed exploring how fashion and architecture collide, be sure to subscribe to Design Zip for more stories about the world's most ambitious projects in design, construction, and innovation.